should people still be getting twisted up about Colorado and Deion Sanders' recruiting strategy? Because they are. Let's talk about why they are so incensed and what we could take from what Prime is doing compared to, say, Bill Belichick or even Kirby Smart and Nick Saban. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round here. And if you like that, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Just let YouTube know that you like the show, like the video, and answer this question in a comment below. Are you upset about how Deion Sanders chooses to recruit? Because there still are folks that feel some kind of way about Prime saying, I ain't hard to find, and treating Boulder, Colorado like Britney Spears might treat Las Vegas. As a resident, meaning you're going to fly to Vegas to see her perform because that's where she is going to live for the foreseeable future if you want to see her at all. Same thing is true of Deion Sanders, who does not take any home visits and doesn't take any trips to other high schools to recruit players. All the players that he recruits come to Colorado to see what he has, and then they make a decision, which, frankly, I do not have a problem with, especially in the age of the internet in 2025, okay? Why, pray tell, does Deion Sanders need to go all the way out to Carrollton, Georgia to watch Julian Lewis throw a football around when he can get Julian Lewis to come out to Boulder, Colorado and watch him throw a football around? Well, you want to see him in a game environment. I can see that on tape. I can see that on Huddle film. You can see that on a huddle. Like, it's there. What else do you want to know? How does he interact with his teammates? You can make those phone calls. You can bring them in, or you can see how he interacts with Colorado players, what the Colorado players have to say. How does he interact with the coaching staff? Well, how would he interact with the Colorado coaching staff, who also got phones and also can talk to people who can talk to people? And there is nothing to say, and this is the part that I think people miss, that the assistant coaches themselves don't go nowhere. Y'all are focused on the head coach because the head coach is the closer. He is the Alec Baldwin in Glengarry, Glen Ross. Coffee is for closers. He the guy with the coffee, okay? You the man holding the steak knives, all right? You know how much that watch cost on his wrist? Yeah. That's how much that watch cost on his wrist, okay? You want the new Cadillac? We want a set of steak knives. That's what we're arguing about, okay? The reason that you want to get them on campus is also for one reason and one reason alone: to close them. This is where you will be staying for 3, 4, 5 years if you're lucky. But I don't see nobody getting no 5th year at Colorado because Deion be kicking them out there. Either you go in the NFL or you going into the portal, because I'm going to turn this roster over. And if you're on it, it's because I need to have you on it. And that's up to you. That is totally up to you. I continue to look around this room as I'm looking at folks pointing at Kirby Smart, pointing at what Nick Saban used to do, pointing at Dabo Swinney, who got Terrence Moore to keep his pledge to Clemson 2024 class by pumping out 22 reps of 135. If you can't read the disgust on my face from getting impressed by an old man doing 135 pounds 22 times, we are not the same. We are not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. I had to reread that and be like, that didn't say 225. It said 135. Dog, that's a plate on each side. Now, I realize that there are some of y'all out there that you can't get to 5 plate on each side. But that's not me. That's not me. If Dabo had done 10 with 225, I'd be way more impressed. But 22 at 135, what you benching? What you benching? 225 one time, 2 times, maybe. I get it. You're a football coach, right? Football coaches don't have to lift that much. Ask Marcus Freeman how much he can bench. Ask him. I dare you. Ask Brent Venables how much he can bench. Now, does that have anything to do with winning football games? Absolutely not. Dabo Swinney's got 2 national championships. That would be the thing that I'm waving around. Be like, forget this 135. You see these 2 rings on my hand? That's 2 more than Ryan Day got. What are we talking about? That's 2 more. That's 1 more than Ryan Day got. My bad, Ryan, because you just got that one last year. That's 2 more than Kalen DeBoer got. That's 2 more than Steve Sarkisian got. Talking about head coaches, not talking about no offensive coordinators over here, no defensive coordinators over here. It's 2 more than Marcus Freeman got. All right. I'm not impressed by no coach that want to put up 135, no 22 times. But that'd be the kind of stuff that he be doing to try to get them dudes to come to Clemson. Because you in Clemson, South Carolina, dog. And we're talking about coaches that have been doing it traditionally in a different way, right? If you learn how to speak a language in a very particular way, or you learn how to do math in a very particular way, you're much more likely to do that as an adult, right? So you know this works, so you keep doing it. Kirby Smart, renowned for his recruiting savvy, right? Has scavenger hunts on campus where he's hunting down elite recruits, okay? Because that's what he thinks is fun. Nick Saban, famous for walking into somebody's living room, coming out with the commitment, right? Right on the doorstep, right on the edge, because that's how he learned how to do this back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And we can keep doing that all the way down the list. Prime is not of that era of coaching. I keep trying to tell people, Prime is the rare college football head coach who was never a college assistant at any stretch. Even Dabo Swinney was wide receivers coach before he was the head coach. Now, you have a man that goes from Jackson State to Colorado who's been able to recruit this way, and it works for them. He's been getting dues, right? He got Joseph Williams from TU just a while ago, right? He got Vickers from Oklahoma. Julian Lewis, we get this. The offensive line's going to be better. You've also got dudes that people want to go meet and see. Like Marshall Faulk, your running backs coach, you want to shake his hand, even if you're not playing running back. Same thing with Warren Sapp, who's an analyst. You want to shake his hand, even if you don't play defense. These are all things that you're willing to go do. And it also speaks to a man that knows what his time is worth. I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but Deion has a talk show, has a documentary that's annual, and he coaches football, right? And he's the most valuable prospect at head coach. I know this because they'd be like, hey, Bill Belichick's won Super Bowls. 6 Super Bowls. He's still got to go out and recruit players. Yes, he does, because he does not have the social cachet that Deion Sanders does. I'm telling you, if you got to pick between Bill Belichick and Deion Sanders and who you want to hang out with, who you want to meet, there is no question. There's no question. Now, there's a football junkie out there that's like, I really just want to watch Bill Belichick break down ball. But you can do that anyway. Deion Sanders is going to be able to entertain you in ways that you probably haven't even thought of. Especially, knowing that missing toe, he got stories he can tell you. I'm jesting, right? I'm having a good time here, but that's what I'm trying to do with this particular topic, because the note that I think got people up and going is to find out that Prime has $200,000 in like travel budget for him to take a private jet anywhere he wants to go. And y'all think he should be taking that to go visit recruits? I can think of a lot of other places I would like to take my private jet or my privileges on my private jet, and it would not be to Carrollton, Georgia. It would not be to San Antonio, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Would not be to Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's just not what I'm going to do. It's not what I'm going to do. Cancun, okay? The Bahamas, the Caribbean, Paris. Shoot, man, don't let me get to go down to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix when my man's Lewis is in that Ferrari with the Scuderia. Getting jazzed up right now, dog. I'm not using that on no recruit. What we doing here? Come on. I think what we're dealing with is a very sharp, very smart, particularly confident kind of man. And if you don't know what kind of man I'm underscoring here, this ain't for you. Kind of man might resemble me, who knows what he's good at, knows why he's good at it, and doesn't let what y'all think get in the way of him getting down how he thinks he needs to get down. So until you turn around a 4-8 Colorado to 9-4 with a Heisman Trophy winner and likely 2 first-round draft picks in this 2025 NFL draft, I don't want to hear your mouth. That's it. And for those of y'all that think that I'm over here just, what do children say? What do y'all children say? Glaze. For those of y'all children that think that I'm glazing Deion Sanders, ask Deion Sanders people what they think of me.